Hi guys, welcome to Hollywood Mechanic. Today we're just going to be talking about like the G-Wagen solid front axle. No, don't worry about that one. That one does not have a solid front axle. But when you have one of these G-Wagons, you may notice there's some like oily kind of seeping coming out of the ball joint, getting on the wheel. That is when this CV boot, see this CV boot right here, it splits. This is a rubber boot, and then the grease that was inside comes out. This grease is a different type of grease than this grease is, and so the color may turn like green or slimy and start leaking out. When you go to replace this, you need to they sell a kit, but Mercedes didn't really have the kit for this one when I went in. So you're gonna need, there's a slide right here this thing rolls on. Inside of there, there's a seal right here that keeps the differential grease inside of the differential. You just go ahead and replace that while you're in here. Then of course you got a clamp here on the back side of the boot, and then a clamp here on the front side of the boot. See that there. And then the boot, the grease, you're gonna clean this all up. And then obviously you're gonna clean all this grease out. You're gonna put new grease in there. You're gonna clean this out. The axle just pulls right out. As far as getting it out goes, you're gonna have to take obviously the ball out. So you want to get this gasket right here. It's a split paper gasket. So you're gonna get that. You're gonna get. I need to clean that off of there and get. I'm gonna do that later. This metal piece I don't replace, but I do replace this as well, which this should just pull over the ball. There is a bearing and a spacer here on the top like that, as well as one on the bottom, which I put it on the bottom piece. There are 4 19s that hold the bottom on. There are 4 19s that hold this top piece down on top of it. There are 13 mils all on the back there basically, and then there's 19 mils that hold on the brake caliper. So what I did is I broke both those 2 bolts loose. Those are 2 on top here. That way you can move all this out of the way. Be very careful, it's very close to this. You don't want to use it too thick of a socket. Then like I said, don't take either bolt out until you've broken them both loose. Then take them loose. Then take the 19s out of the brake caliper, pull it off. You don't even need to take the caliper off of the hub. I mean, there is a seal in there, but again, it's not really spinning separately. This is all rotating together, so you really don't need to change it more than likely unless it's like more than 15 years old. Once you do need to take this cap off of the front of the axle that covers right here in the middle. It just pries off, polish it up, put a little bit of maybe silicone back on it when you put it back in if you reuse it. Inside you have 2 bolts like this. Notate where they were. They're very difficult. You can use a special wrench to get those off, or you can just use a chisel and a punch and a hammer. Just make sure you keep track of exactly where it was, and then replace the lock ring, or that's what they recommend doing. But the nuts, they said, are reusable. Yeah, and then this is it. The axle will pull out. We'll go ahead and take this inside now and make sure that we get it cleaned up and resealed. And then you probably want to do both sides, and then you're going to want to change the diff fluid as well, just in case any of this stuff cause heat and cause pressure to push it inside of the diff.